So, like, if you buy an iced coffee, you can't exactly sue the cafe because your drink was, cold. I mean, cold is the whole point.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But what happens when a tourist totally drowns his tacos in green salsa, ends up with a racing heart, and then makes a literal federal case out of it?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but it's totally real.
So, welcome to today's deep dive. We're unpacking a really wild federal lawsuit in New York, looking at court documents and news reports. Our mission today is to explore the clash between, cultural expectations and consumer legal responsibility.
It's such a fascinating clash, too. So this whole incident happened in August 2024 at Los Tacos Number One.
Oh, that's the spot near Times Square, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Wildly popular. Founded by entrepreneurs from Tijuana and California. So a German engineer, Fakel Mans, is visiting from Schimmerhofen.
Which I'm guessing is not exactly the spicy food capital of the world.
Definitely not. So he goes up to this self-serve salsa bar they have. And, normally you'd test a new sauce, right?
Right, like just a tiny drop on the plate to see what you're dealing with.
But he doesn't do that. He just pours massive amount of this green salsa all over 3 different tacos and just, well, goes for it.
Okay, here is where it gets really interesting to me because the physical toll was actually severe enough that he documented it.
Yeah, he had mouth blisters, tongue irritation, severe nausea.
And tachycardia, like
Yeah.
his heart was racing. And he actually used his smartwatch to record his heart rate spiking right there during the meal.
Which is just wild. He actually submitted that biometric data, along with close-up photos of his tongue, as medical evidence for this federal lawsuit.
So his core argument was basically that the restaurant failed to warn him, right?
Exactly. He argued it was a hidden hazard. Because there was no clear label, no verbal warning, he felt totally ambushed by the heat.
Okay, but wait, I have to push back a little on the legal side here because, I mean, we mandate peanut allergy warnings on candy bars.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't a restaurant just be required to put, I don't know, a little chili pepper icon on the menu or a warning sign on the salsa bar just to avoid all this entirely?
Well, legally speaking, there's a massive difference between a hidden allergen and the actual intrinsic nature of a dish.
Oh, interesting. How so?
There's this concept in food law called the implied warranty of merchantability.
Okay. Warranty of merchantability.
Right, which basically means food just has to be fit for its intended purpose.
Oh, I see. So if the intended purpose of the salsa is to burn your mouth, it literally can't be legally defective for doing exactly what it was designed to do.
You hit the nail on the head. That was the restaurant's exact argument. To the Mexican taqueria, this spice level is completely standard. It's an essential gastronomic experience.
But to the German tourists, it felt like a booby trap.
Exactly. It really comes down to what constitutes a reasonable expectation for you, the consumer. It's actually a lot like how courts view the famous McDonald's hot coffee case.
Oh, yeah, where, you expect coffee to be hot.
Right, so you should reasonably expect authentic Mexican salsa to have some serious heat. Plus, the restaurant noted he never once asked the staff about the ingredients.
Before just completely loading up his plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Which basically forces the judge to act as, a food critic with a gavel, having to legally define the boundaries of a recipe.
Yeah, and the culinary world was actually pretty terrified about this case. Because ruling in favor of the tourist would force authentic ethnic restaurants everywhere to totally dilute their menus.
Just catering to the absolute mildest possible tourist palate to avoid getting sued.
Exactly. But federal Judge Dale Ho ended up dismissing the suit entirely.
Oh, wow. What did he say?
Well, he laid out the legal reality with a pretty great quote. He said, "Spiciness is the point of the salsa."
That is perfect. Spiciness is the point.
He ruled restaurants have zero legal obligation to warn customers about the fundamental characteristics of their food.
Right, because you can just look it up.
Yeah, the judge even pointed out that a quick internet search on Mexican cuisine would have easily told the tourist exactly what to expect.
So the big takeaway for you listening, the next time you travel, remember that your cultural baseline of normal might be miles away from the chef's.
Always test the salsa first.
Seriously. But the detail that really lingers for me here is his smartwatch.
The tachycardia log, yeah.
Right. He used his wearable tech to try and objectively prove physical trauma from a taco.
It is pretty dystopian when you think about it.
It really is. As wearable technology gets more advanced and constantly tracks our bodies in real time, it makes you wonder, could our own biometrics eventually be used in court to define the exact biological moment a meal crosses the line from a cultural experience into an actual injury.
Your own watch testifying against your dinner.
Exactly. So keep your smartwatches on and keep your taste tests small.